Hi guys, it's Christina again. I was online today, just now tonight, and it's like midnight, and I just could not wait. I had to make this video because I started channeling just this information from the divine, and like this message has to be heard, and it has to be heard now. And I don't know, that's just all I know. That's all I keep hearing in my mind was like, do it now. It has to be heard. There's no more time for any more waiting around or postponing on this because we're trying to make a difference. We're trying to get somewhere, and there's so many things holding people up. And this is something that just tonight struck me in such a way. And quite frankly, I'm fed up. And you'll see why in a minute. I'm not even kidding. You'll see why. We're not going to start with that. But like, I did get triggered by a message today, or it was a post I seen online. It was beautiful. Okay, it was a channeled message from the Octurian somebody shared, and they were just educating people on what a rainbow warrior was or is. And I totally loved it because I am a rainbow warrior. Okay, a rainbow warrior is very old, ancient souls. They've been around a lot. They have achieved a lot as a soul on a soul level. They are highly evolved beings. They are the divine. Okay, and they come down here, and for lifetime after lifetime, not just here but everywhere throughout the galaxy, we incarnate. But we don't just incarnate to live a life. We incarnate into the hardest lives. We are clearing out ancestral karma, not just for that bloodline. We come and we clear out karma for whole entire tribes or societies and labels for like certain groups or whatever it is. That's what we do. That's a lot. People can't even deal with their own karma really well. Can you imagine taking on a whole entire tribes and what that would entail? We, in our past life, make sure at the end that we do whatever it takes to get karma. Actually, we want it. Yay, we take it on. Give me more. We lower our energy intentionally in that past life, knowing that it will make it where in this lifetime we incarnate in those same low energies. We do this to help in service of humanity. Because, for one, we want to make an impact in this world. We want to infiltrate that darkness. If we had our high energy, our actual vibrations the way they were, be at the frequency that it should be, or it normally is on a soul level, we would be born into these perfect families, like this great life where their darkness really doesn't dwell. Okay? How could we help you? We wouldn't have lived a life where we would understand anything you're going through. The people that actually need us, that are in the darkness, that are completely surrounded by nothing but more darkness, where no light dwells, especially if we didn't do this. We wouldn't know what those people need. We would not be able to relate to them whatsoever and give them any kind of help. We would not be able to make the impact that we do now. Now, when we grow up, yeah, we're completely surrounded by darkness and we're the only light. And so we have hard lives. There's something different about us because everybody's in darkness, and no matter what, even if we fall in darkness, there's still a light to us that you cannot cover and hide, and people sense it and feel it even when they don't know anything about energy or that it even exists and how to feel it. They do. They don't realize what they're doing when they judge people, or they, somebody meets you and they instantly like start hating you for no reason. They don't realize like it's because you're reading their energy, and because you're broken and got all these traumas, you have these insecurities, and you kind of envy what you see in them and wish you had it and don't understand why you don't, and you end up taking it out on them. We have hard lives where we are attacked our whole life from one thing to another. Nobody's ever there for us. Nobody forgets us. We have not only like those people that have insecurities and stuff and they take it out on us. We also have entities that see our light and they know we're here for them. They know we're here to get rid of them. So as we're growing up and we don't have our memories, we don't know who we are, what do? We're getting attacked constantly by them. We don't know that, but they're simply influencing all the people in our lives, the closest ones to us, and they're using them to get to us. We get put through it. We take on what everybody else can't. That's specifically why we came here. Because that's why the world has gotten to where it is, because you guys haven't been able to handle and transmute these energies yourself and in these karmas. So we do it for you because we can. We are strong enough. We've lived so many lives that we can. What others would kill themselves over, we're able to come out on top, healed, and create a whole new beautiful life for ourselves. Instead of spending a life feeling like a victim. It's not easy though, but we make it look that way, but it's not. Now, a rainbow warrior is here to do these things, to clear out these energies, yes, to make the world a better place, to rid the world of darkness, but we're also here to show you how to do the same. We are the examples God sends to you. He wants you to follow our lead because we are the leaders. These are the ones that He entrusts with all His heart and soul. Sometimes I'm so used to just saying His soul or this, that, but when it comes to God or whatever, God is a universal being. He's feminine and masculine. It's all the same, guys. So please, nobody write messages like, oh, God's this or God's that. Like, I know who God is, okay? It's just easier to do that. It's a force of habit also for my whole entire life because everybody just said there was God, whatever. I know who He is, so please don't make those comments, okay? All right. Thank you. Just had to say that because I hate, everybody's always got to spit something negative no matter how good or positive somebody's doing, or, you know, they're saying and everything. It's just, there's got to be somebody out there throwing something negative. Please don't. Okay? I know what I'm talking about. Sorry about that. That's kind of what triggered this. My whole trigger was on this thing today. I just, all of a sudden, there's always got to be somebody, like, in somebody's stuff, no matter how good it is, like, they got to spit something negative at you. And yet they think they're in alignment. I've had enough of the negativity, guys. Enough. If you're still only looking at the world and all you can see is negativity, you're not in alignment. Even when you're surrounded by negativity, in order for you to create this new reality and you're wanting to see a new reality, you have to be surrounded in the old. But act like it's not there. You gotta act like you are in that new and believe it. And as long as you just keep going around picking at every bit of little everything and seeing negative and going at it, that's all you're gonna keep doing is creating more. Just a little bit of advice. Sorry. Throw that in there. That was extra. Didn't plan on that. Sorry, this is totally channeled too. So like I don't even know what's gonna come out of my mouth anymore. Sorry. Anyways, back on the subject. Okay, so what these people do, they're here to help, and these are the ones God wants you following their lead. These are the people that have the old ancient wisdom and teachings written in their soul. Your soul is your record keeper. Okay, this is like for so long I kept like hearing in my head that I am a tablet. I am the tablets. You know, you hear about the emerald tablet or this or that, you know, but it was all these tablets were what encoded or had encoded in them all the ancient wisdom and knowledge. And I kept like, you are the tablet. You have all the wisdom of that tablet written in you. It's true. And God keeps telling me and everybody else like me, please get out there. Put yourself out there. You need to share what's in you because this is what needs to be heard. And you know why He's pushing it so strongly? Because there are people everywhere, every day, getting taken advantage of by scammers who are claiming to be this or that spiritually, and they can do this and that, and they just rob these people of thousands of dollars, and they're stuck now even worse off than they were. The people didn't even do the work. Yeah, they took all their money, charged them way too much, took it all, and yet brought them no kind of service whatsoever that helped them spiritually. So they're still needing the work, still needing everything. Now don't have no money for it either. And another hard lesson they had to learn, added on to all the rest that they still have to get done. And then there's tons of people that are following mentors and healers and stuff that have these big followings online. And we don't realize how, like, one of the first things that you were taught or you were awakened to when you started your spiritual journey was, you know, our whole life we've just been believing whatever we were told, and it turns out we were lied to, but we just took what other people said as our own beliefs. And we think now in the spiritual community all the time that, oh yeah, we don't do that anymore. You know, look at them. Oh, they're ridiculous. Look at them still listening to this, or, you know, not realizing it's a lie. But they don't realize they're still doing it too, just in a different way. They don't think that they have to freaking confirm anything this popular spiritual healer said online. They just look to them for guidance and help and think that they can believe every last word because they have this big following and this is what they say they are. But the thing is, so many people jump into something not knowing everything about it. And they maybe didn't know how to protect themselves in the beginning, or what to do to make sure that the spirits you're hearing from that are coming through are who you think they are. Word of advice: you can bind whoever you're speaking to the truth. Call on Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael, I please ask you to bring your sword of truth and bind any entity or spirit, anybody trying to talk to me, to the truth. I command this in the name and the blood of Jesus Christ. And so it is. No entity, spirit, angel, anything will be able to say anything to you other than the truth. If you ask them who they are, they have to say, if they are not an angel, they have to say they're an entity or whatever. This protects you. Before you do anything in this spiritual world, contact anybody, doing anything, you need to know how to protect yourself, because there's some serious stuff out there that is not worth playing with or taking a risk on. I'm telling you now. I see horror stories every day, and people turned away and then talking crap about spirituality, and it was just because they were not educated in what they went and dabbled in. Because sadly, in this community, people just want to talk about the fun stuff and make it painted like it's so perfect and great. Oh my God, it's so much fun. Look at all the stuff. And these people jump in and don't realize there's a lot of scary things out there. There's a lot of evil. We're here, we're trying to work it out, but it's hard when nobody is doing anything to work with us, and they're doing everything to make it harder. So that's why I'm making this today, because there are some huge things that we need to clear up as a community, as a whole, so we can really truly make the difference that is needed here at this time. Because right now, everybody is preventing God from doing what God wants done. We could be further along, a lot further. But right now, the only blocks for every single individual in this planet is their self. What's holding you up? Yourself. Don't blame this person. Don't blame this. Don't blame that. Oh, well, because the world. No. You. Each person has to work on only their self. And you will not believe. If everybody did that, this world would, like this. Big guy. Done. Changed. You don't have to worry about fixing everybody. Each person just has to focus on it, fixing and healing their self, okay? Then it's a chain reaction that happens. Today my trigger was like this beautiful message, and all of it was just beautiful and true, empowering, and just informative. And apparently it was something that God wanted people to hear, the divine wanted people to hear, or that person would not have got that channeled message. And one of the first messages I see, the woman is negative, just, I'm not saying that I, like what you saying weren't true or anything like that. I actually completely resonated with this. But what I did not like is that I didn't see the word truth one time out of this whole entire thing. And the only way to heaven is by truth. Does a duck have to quack to make it a duck? No. So does it only make what she said in there true if she said truth a million times while she was doing it? No. Why do we have to have this word and this label on something to make it what it is? Why, when somebody's writing something so beautiful, can you only find something to complain about with it? That was absolutely ridiculous. For something to be true, you don't have to say it's true. For me to have, like, for you to believe I have red hair, do I have to say to you, I have red hair? No. You clearly got eyes and could see it. Unless you're colorblind, I might have to. I'm sorry about that. I'll tell you then. But no, you can see it. I didn't have to tell you to make that true. And so I simply commented that to that person. But then I go down and here's some more. And I can totally understand where these people are coming from. But this is the thing. This is finally got to be cleared up because this is something that has to end too. The woman in there, she referred to, in the channeled messages, they were referring to rainbow warriors as like elite, the elite. And these people were like, we love your message, we resonated it, it was great and all, but I'm really just, this rubbed me the wrong way here in elite because, it's like saying you're superior to others and all this, and this is just something we do not like and cannot have in this world. And, we've been controlled by hierarchies this whole time and stuff. And it's true, and I get it. And we don't need people walking around thinking they're better than anybody. We are all equal. But there are certain truths that people need to handle. You cannot avoid what something is or how things truly work. You do need to know truth. And you need to be able to accept truth for what it is in this world. Even with mistakes before. There is a way things work. Yes, we are all equal. I'm not better than you. I'm not better than anybody. You're not better than anybody. You're equal. We come from that same source. All there is one thing in this world. It's God. Okay? He is living, breathing, experiencing life through our eyes every day. That's all there is. Bottom line. But that would get pretty boring if you're just by yourself, right? Just God. He's created all our lives, all these little things, just to have experiences, to not be alone, to know what love is and happiness and joy and all these different things. But as time went on, it kept expanding and growing and just keeps growing. He keeps creating more light. All these little sparks of light, all these souls, it's beautiful. And all these little souls are born at different times and this and that, and they're on different parts of their journey. He's created this whole beautiful system, okay? Like, you choose how long you take to evolve, If you want to incarnate 6 times before you learn what you needed to learn, that's up to you. You can do it in 1, you can do it in 10, you can do it in 20, whatever. So now, though, we have this world with all these souls at different places in their journey, and they're also here all to learn and do different things, but we all have to coexist together. Now, we have not liked titles, and we label everything. This is wrong and this is right and this is not good or this is better and da 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 da. And I don't know if you guys know, but you will get to this eventually. We need to stop labeling stuff because that's where we end up, our minds making these predetermined decisions on something, and it's not always because of what we feel, it's because of what somebody else said. And that's part of a problem. This goes along with a lot of other things, like the labels have to stop, but we also, some things are labeled certain ways, and it's okay to have that label because you need to know what something is for a reason. Okay, there is a hierarchy. Bottom line, yes, there still are hierarchies. But not all is like a hierarchy that's going to come and think that they are better than everybody and control them to do what they want, not what's best for everybody. In the spiritual world, there is a hierarchy. And on the other side, where your higher self and all these souls exist, all the light, okay, where your soul goes when it leaves this body, we are divided in colors. Your light is a certain color depending on where your soul is and its soul level, what you have experienced, how much wisdom and knowledge your soul holds. And the purpose for this is so you know who you should be going to for guidance and help and support. Okay, if you're here, you don't want to go take advice from somebody that hasn't even got to where you are yet. How would you know? If you're here, you want to be learning from somebody you know that is where you want to go. That's the reason for the divisions. Your soul works to achieve these certain accolades. Like, these are things to be proud of. We work many lifetimes and do so much hard times, pain, struggling, this, that, and healing to learn these lessons and earn gifts and abilities that carry on with your soul to help you in other lifetimes. They are achievements that you should be proud of because you worked hard for them. And they help you along in your journey, and you use them to help others that aren't there yet, that don't have those gifts. But there's a bad problem going on right now. Us rainbow warriors and all these light workers, like, we're here to help, to show you the way, to lead you souls that haven't learned to do what we do yet. You can be us. We are no different than you, except that we have already learned the wisdom and knowledge that you haven't. So God sends us here to show you. We're the ones you're supposed to follow. But you know what's happening? When someone finally puts their self out there and tries to let you know any wisdom or share who they are, you judge them and tear them down and say they're wrong. You tell them they're too in their ego. Oh, that's just your ego talking and you're trying to brag right now. Oh, you're just all up in your head. You need to stop it. Oh, you're this and that. Okay, well, now you're going and running off and following the guy that's listening to entities and telling you the wrong stuff and sending you down a hard road with hard lessons. Do you think you're doing anything smart? Now you send all the people. God's yelling at us all the time. Well, not yelling. I say yelling. I feel it. It's just they're nagging. We're constantly getting this. Get out there. Please, I need you sharing your wisdom, because there's too many people all screwed up and running into problems and so much bad now because of all the misguidance that they're getting. Your wisdom, what you hold, your help, it is needed. I need you doing your job. Please have faith in yourself and trust yourself and get out there. But we keep going in hermit mode and keeping it to ourselves, because as soon as we try, we're getting reamed at and called names and told we're in our ego and everything else. When we are evolving, okay, right now, like, we are evolving and we're trying to learn better and evolve our soul to a better place for the whole. Part of that is learning to accept things for what they are. We want to help you, but you keep pushing away us because you have a little bit of wounding still. Yes, it hurts. And like, as soon as you think for a second somebody's doing something that has led us down this path in the first place and caused a lot of pain and suffering, if you think it even resembles that, you go on attack. That's not in balance either. Not at all. And as long as you keep looking around and looking for more and seeing just darkness and this and that everywhere, that's all you're going to keep seeing. Honestly. If you want all these things to go, you have to realize that they're only there because you haven't figured it out yet. It is hard doing this. Trust me, guys, it's hard. So hard. When you're surrounded by it and you've got to have that mindset that it's not there and no things are better, it is hard, but this is what you need to do. We have to learn, though. You got to learn to realize there's a beautiful new earth. Like this, oh, earth is great. There's so much beauty in everyone and everything around you. But as long as you keep telling yourself that there's not, you're not going to ever see anything but that stuff you don't want to see anymore. We have been so used to seeing darkness and being surrounded by it that that's all we can keep seeing. And the beauty, the beauty is trying its hardest to come through, but you keep sending it away. You keep blocking it, pushing it away. God is tired of everybody working against him when he's trying to help you, when he sends people here to help, and then you turn it away. And then you come crying upset when you're screwed up more because somebody misguided you. He's like, well, what do you want me to do when I keep sending people to you and you make them more insecure about themselves? Do you know how hard it is for us to finally admit like who we are and own it? We don't want to, because after lifetimes and lifetime after living, we know that's not right to be all in your ego. And we don't ever want to sound for a second like we are, because we are not that kind of people. But there comes a point in our journey where God's like, you have to embrace who you are, because this is you and it's why you're here. And I need these people to know this. They need to be hearing from you because of who you are. And he's like, I don't understand you. The things about you and who you are what everybody in this world is achieving to get. There's nothing wrong with it. It is beautiful. You've earned it with hard work and sacrifice for this whole world, not for yourself. We sacrifice for you. And so it is so liberating once we finally go, okay, I'm this person, but it's not important. Whoever I've been or whoever I was or whatever I'm going to be, all that matters is right here, right now. And I'm not going to let this change me, but I am going to go out here and I'm going to do my job. And then finally we feel so liberated because we owned who we are. We're not conflicted within our soul. And so here we are trying to get out there and help you guys like we're supposed to. And we want so badly to do, and you just tear us to shreds. We shouldn't have to silence ourselves because you can't handle that somebody says that they are a highly evolved soul here to help you, when you know that's exactly what God's done. And since it's in every freaking thing spiritual that you can find, they're talking about this and the people here. But yet when you find one, you sit there and say they're wrong and they're lying and they're in their ego. And you're running off listening to the fools that really ain't showing you anything good. We have to change this. You have to accept things for what they are. You got to accept people. We got to stop judging and tearing one another down. Why? Why are we still looking for so much negative in everything? You're just creating more. This world is beautiful. It's just gorgeous. And when you start letting go of all these thoughts that you carried for so long, when you finally let go and realize the beauty in yourself and others in this world, you will not believe what God opens up for you. What you picture as that beautiful life that you could have and what you want, and you actually see that ain't nothing in comparison to what He has planned for you, you feel like such a fool for every second you've held on to these beliefs and all this stuff this whole time and thinking it was doing you good. Let us do our job. We're not here trying to hurt anybody. We're here trying to help. And the thing is, because of how much wisdom we have, because of all of our experience, a lot of us are able to see what you can't. And while you're busy thinking you're doing that and you stopping yourself from doing this, you're actually not able to see the entities that ate up in this person, and this person spreading some stuff that definitely is not what needs to be heard by everybody. It's going to lead to a lot of hard lessons. And that's hard whenever you realize, like, oh wow, I really screwed up going and trusting this person, and oh wow, I would actually have been here now if I had listened to that one. Get a lot of guilt. It's hard to let go of sometimes. It's another part of the journey and what you go through. You beat up on yourself sometimes for a while, and you got to learn to not do that either. To forgive yourself for being human, making a mistake, and just sucking it up and do your best to get back on track and in balance and not make that same mistake again. People are being taken advantage of every day. Even spiritually evolved people. I had a friend today telling me this week they've had to get FBI involved in some of these scammers. These people were good. They were going to people that are pretty good in the spiritual world, have great followings online with readings and this and that. Receiving messages from spirit and being able to translate it for you to help you. And yet these people could not figure out when they're with a scammer, and these people literally were able to convince these clients that were coming to them that they had sexual traumas when they never ever have had any kind of sexual trauma come up before in their life. 30 something years, whatever, 40, 50 something years, whatever age. These were probably in their 40s, I think, 30s or 40s, these people, and never once have any kind of sexual trauma come up. And they've done a lot of healing on themselves, and they're really good spiritually. And you think they would have had something come up if anybody had done any kind of sexual abuse on them, right? And these people yet were able to be convinced by these so-called healers with, they say degrees and all these little health, medical profession things. And they actually convinced all these women that they had all these sexual traumas and much, much more. Actually, the things that they were having them do was causing their own symptoms that they were telling them were signs of traumas. They're causing the traumas in the people. You know how screwed up these women are now? These people, spiritually, like all the work they have to do and how much of their life it destroyed. And they paid thousands of dollars to get this way, by the way. Don't let this be you, please. I'm going to end now. I hope you guys like this. I'm sorry if it triggered you, but you guys need to hear this. If you don't like it, I'm sorry. Oh well. I'll still be here later on when you realize I was right and you need help. I'll still be here to help. Start accepting things for what they are, because it's just preventing your growth and everybody else's. Please let us help you, because we're sick and tired of being in the silent. I don't want to be silent anymore. I am not comfortable anymore hiding who I am to make you more comfortable in your skin. I'm not doing it now. I know who I am. I went through a lot of avoidance of believing it. I ain't doing it anymore. I've done my work. I know who I am, and I'm standing in my power, and I'm doing my work because that's what I came here to do, and I want to see this world change. I want this for you guys. I want you to be where I'm at because it's amazing. But I can't do that if you won't let me. You don't realize what you're missing out on. Okay? Just let us help you. Or you can keep doing it the way you are and learn hard lesson after hard lesson and not get to where you want to be. This is seriously coming from my heart to yours. It's with nothing but love, this message. If you don't believe me, why don't you go within? Ask your guides. Ask your higher self. There ain't one that's going to tell you what I said was wrong, I guarantee you. Especially if you make sure who you ask first. You know, do that little trick I told you with the truth. Know who you are talking to. Know how to protect your energy before you dabble in things. These are stuff that will prevent a lot of heartache and trauma and pain and healing. Tell me, there's a lot out there you guys don't realize. And it takes a lot to learn this all. Even me, there's still stuff I don't know. But that's I'm not supposed to yet. There's so much wisdom out there. We cannot have all of our memory come back at once. And then, depending on each person and what they're supposed to do, there's certain things they don't want you because of what your soul contract has and things that need to happen at certain times. You can't have this memory or wisdom back until this point. But you may have this stuff over here that this person doesn't know. Me and my friends all the time, we're equals. But there are some things I'm really great at, or I know that they don't yet. And I share it with them, and there's no feeling down on yourself or feel any less about yourself or like they're superior in any way. Because guess what? Next day we turn around and there's some wisdom or knowledge that they have that I don't. And then it helps me. We work together. We're a team. Some of you souls out there right now, okay, you may not be a rainbow warrior. You may not have as much soul advancement as you, but I guarantee you there's some wisdom that you know right now that I don't. Because I haven't been able to get there. You know how much freaking stuff I've learned in such a short amount of time and how much is packed in there, and I think I can't handle anymore, but there's still more coming. There's still more I have to learn because they can't put it there all at once. Your body and brain right now can't handle it. Only so much of our DNA is activated. We're only allowed to tap so much, and if they were to put it all in there at once, it would. You physically can't handle it. And depending on your journey, you might not need to know something yet. You can't. And you guys, you learned it before I did. Does that mean I can't be trusted? Does it mean I don't have any wisdom in me that you guys don't know yet? That a lot of the healers don't know yet? That I couldn't be an ancient that needs to be heard? No, that's not what it means. We're all working together as a team. We all help each other every day with pieces of the puzzle, no matter who we are. That's what we're saying. We're equals. But there are certain things that certain souls won't know or get to in this life because they haven't learned it on a soul level. Those ones that hold the most ancient teachings and all the secrets of the universe are here now. You really need to be listening to what they say to keep yourself from going in these loops and getting told wrong stuff or pointed in the wrong direction. That's why God sent us here. There are some people, there are a hierarchy. They have special things they do for planets when they come. You have to accept this. They're not going to make you feel like you're this minute little thing ever. If somebody is trying to make you feel small, know right then that person is not doing good and not somebody you want to listen to. Any ascended master will always be humble. They will always be loving and kind, and they will never look down or judge anybody. They will be honest, and sometimes you might not like what they say because you don't want to think that you don't know everything and that you could have got something maybe a little wrong. That doesn't take away from what they're doing and that it's true. It just means that you're really not in imbalance like you think because you're not able to accept the truth right now. You're not able to hear some other opinion without automatically getting nasty and triggered by it. That doesn't make that person wrong at all. There's many people out there I see doing this. People saying they're, life coaches and guides and all this, and they charge these big prices, and yet I see them every day doing things that are not in alignment at all, and do not make themselves or the spiritual community look good in a whole. But they say that they know everything, and they're so, that's why they get to charge this price, because they're better than everybody else. No, you're not. Just for those simple reasons. Your behavior and your train of thinking and how you are. You know you're not. A master, the one you want to listen to, comes to you with love, honesty, compassion, truth, wisdom, and always has a kind, loving heart. Never will judge you and look down on you. But they will be real, and they will tell you things you don't want to hear, because it is what you need to hear, though. And you need to accept it. If you want to grow and get where you want to, you have to be able to have the skill. You guys have to be able to be surrounded by what you don't want to be, but see what you do want to see, and know it's there and it's happening. If you want to change this world like you want it to. Okay? Just trying to help you. None of you guys have to listen to what I say and believe if you don't want to. Sorry to say it, but you're probably going to take a lot longer to get where you want to go then. And that's fine. When you realize that, and then you do want to know, every master will still be there and with open arms and embrace you and say, come on, welcome home. I'm glad you got here now. That's all that matters. That's a master. If you get any other answer, they're not a master. Just saying. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed this message. Please share it out. Please get it out there, because this needs to be heard so badly. And I know you guys know it when you hear it. You know that too. So please share. Get it out there as much as possible. Share these wisdoms with people yourself. I don't care. Act like you said it. I don't care. Just share it and get it heard. I don't need to claim it. I don't need credit for it. Take it as your own. Share it. All that matters is that people hear it and receive it the way it needs to be heard, so it can make the impact that I want it to, that it's intended to. I love you, beautiful souls. Namaste.